Hello everyone, Vicki Verley here, Rock and Roll Prophetess, and we're going to take a look today at the full moon on December 6, 2014, and it's over here at 14 degrees of Gemini. But when I open this chart, look at all the trines. I mean, there's lots of squares too, but we've got these grand trines in fire, it looks like, and that looks like a nice vibe. We've been dealing with these squares, and as many of you know, the Pluto-Uranus is exact at 12 degrees here. And that actually is, the moon is aspecting that at 14 degrees. It's sextiling Uranus. And there is a name for that aspect when it's making to Pluto. But anyways, that is going on. But what I see first off is all these nice, these grand trines here. So we've got a grand trine with Jupiter and Venus and the South Node. Well, right away, come on now. Well, Jupiter and Venus, love. Jupiter makes more of, so there'll be an abundance of love or money, with Venus, and Jupiter too is associated with prosperity and money. And also Jupiter's natural ruler is Sagittarius, and it's trining Venus in its natural placement here. And I know I get on this a lot, but that Venus is almost at that galactic center point. It's 24:45, so almost 25. Galactic center is 26 Sag. So it's almost exactly conjunct that galactic center point. But before I get into that, so with the South Node though, always South Node to me is just past life stuff. I mean, it could be good turns and good deeds that you've done in other lifetimes, and in this life, excuse me. And that's gonna, you did somebody a favor years ago, and then they're gonna come back and do you a favor, something like that. But really, it's more past life stuff. So a lot of us, there could be some good karma going around. Especially if you have planets at these points here. And these fire, these 20 degree or so fire planet spots. Because past lives with the South Node, right? And then Venus is love, and Jupiter makes more of it. So Jupiter makes more love connected to the past or the past lives. So of course the dog's going to bark. I'm going to plow right through. Hopefully he won't bark too much. Well, hopefully it won't bother you guys too much. I'm just going to keep going. I'm pretty wiped after this whole Thanksgiving thing. It was a long weekend. But I'm ready to do the reading. I've had a couple days to rest. So anyways, yeah, so this is going on here. And then it's also, there's, look, it like comes here and then here too, then we've got here Juno, which is love and beauty, the goddess of love and beauty. Vesta, well, actually not. That's more over here. We're going to go lower with Ceres. And the Sun. Sun trine Juno. Ceres trine Juno. The Moon sextile Juno. They don't have that marked in there. I wonder why. But yeah, so... And then that would be with the Uranus at the 12 degree mark, and the South Node to some extent, because these are in the teens. This is 14, 16, 16, 14. So between 12 and 17, it's both of them. So Uranus is also like unexpected, out of the blue, out of nowhere. Some of you, this could be some kind of great opportunity just pops up out of nowhere, and you may not even realize that there's some past life karma thing attached to it. But I'm telling you that there probably is, but it doesn't have to be like it's this profound thing. It's just like, oh, what a stroke of luck. Wasn't that lucky that happened? And it might not be a person necessarily, it might just be circumstances. Some lucky circumstances that help you out in some way. But a lot of it's about love and beauty, though. Juno being the goddess of love and beauty. Venus, love and beauty. Ceres is the goddess of the grain. Vesta has, it's in there with the Jupiter part of it. This cluster over here has a lot of feminine in this first part, although probably Sun is masculine. And Sun conjunct Mercury is involved with this. This is so interesting because, okay, we've got Jupiter making the aspect, and its rulership is Sag. And then here, the moon is in Gemini, whose rulership is Mercury, who's also involved here. Mercury... So this part, I think, blessings with the and so if with the squares, here's how we could look at this with all the squares. Even though it might not seem like a blessing at this time, I feel like with Jupiter in the South Node, it sure as well is a blessing. So this is, or look at the bright side, be grateful for it. If something is released or taken away, know that it is something better coming in. And, this seems like, and especially this Pluto-Uranus square, it's just like this old kind of drudgery, and Capricorn can be that way. This old, rules elders, seniors, and Saturn does as well. And Saturn's at that 28 karmic point too, getting ready to get out of there. But anyway, so this is this old, like, feels like my feet are stuck in the mud, I can't, or in quicksand, I can't move forward, I can't move forward. This Grand Trine of Fire, this is some moving forward kind of stuff, even though it's a full moon. So full moons are releasing, and there could be a lot of releasing happening for sure. But this fire energy, it's going to allow this fire energy to break through where this Capricorn energy has been kind of dragging us down or holding us, this Pluto-Uranus square. Or whatever the Pluto-Uranus square represents in your life, there could be a major breakthrough. Or for world, it's like the underdogs, Uranus and Aquarius, all this. This is, I say Aquarius because, of course, Uranus rules Aquarius. This rules over, the freedom fighters, the rebel rousers. We want equality for all. We're going to have we're going to have a riot. We're going to have and that's been going on. There's been in other countries and as well as this country. And, in our country, a lot of it's revolving around the judicial system. Can I say that? Judicial, almost, system. Anyways, but that's Sag. That's the realm of Sag. And Jupiter that's Jupiter's ruler, too. So it's the realm of Jupiter, it's the realm of Sag. So this could be happening. I mean, there could be some legal things happening. Governmental, I would say. The people aren't going to stand for it anymore. And I think that's what the Pluto-Uranus square has been about all along. The Aries being the young, new ideas, and Aquarius against the old paradigm of the Capricorn, staunchy, the old man's club. And I've said that a lot. But with this this thing in fire, it feels like it's a breakthrough. And doesn't it all point up here to Jupiter? And it points to Jupiter and Juno. So, of course, Jupiter is, like all the things we've been discussing, it's good luck, it's good fortune, it's higher mind, metaphysics, spiritual religions, it's higher education. Maybe there'll be some demonstrations on college campuses or something with this. That could be. But it wouldn't be like not just another demonstration. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like they could really make an impact. Where this has been dragging on for a while here, maybe this fire trine can just really have a breakthrough, have some kind of a breakthrough. Okay, but looking at it again, let's get back to this now with that Mercury. Mercury conjunct Sun, opposed Moon in Gemini. So Mercury is strong in this chart. There's a lot of action surrounding Mercury and Gemini, the ruler, which is ruled by Mercury. And of course, because of the axis of the Sagittarius Gemini is where this full moon is happening. Well, first let's go here. Sun conjunct Mercury. Speaking out. Maybe have your day in court. Have your day in court is real strong on this stuff here too. And with Mercury and Sun, you'd be able to communicate eloquently. Or your representative, your lawyer, or whoever, your representative of your district, if it's something like that, if it's political or having to do with that, there's clear communication in a higher realm, not in a lower realm. Because with the Aries here, Aries is the baby of the zodiac. And it's great because they have a lot of great qualities, Aries energy and Mars, because it's like, let's get her done, let's do things, let's forge through, let's plow ahead. But on the negative side, it can be baby and childish, and I want my way. Where Sag is one of the later signs, and they've developed more. It's just like the tarot cards. As you go through the tarot, the major arcana, and the higher numbered cards is further in your soul evolution, as are the zodiac signs. And the Aries is the baby. Pisces is the old soul, because that would be the last sign of the zodiac. And these higher, these later signs up here, including Sag and stuff, they're coming from a higher way of reason, and especially because that galactic center is being activated too. And that galactic center just seems to be, since it's like it is a portal, and it is where higher vibration can come through. And I'm hearing like bells ringing and stuff too. Or what are the, not bells, what are those things you use? Tuning forks, like those kind. Like I'm hearing these tones. So I don't know what they're trying to tell me. Maybe some of you are going to be getting clairaudient messages could be coming through. Maybe that's what it is. Around here, you know, with the holidays, there are a lot of bells ringing, you know, with the religious celebrations and stuff. That could be too. But I'm just like hearing these tones, and they're resonating like a tuning fork would. You know, my ears have been ringing too, and somebody told me, well, if your ears are ringing, it's the higher dimensions trying to talk to you. So that could be too what it is. But this is different than my ear just ringing. This is like celestial. It's celestial. Okay, it's definitely higher realm, angelic, if you want to call it that. Maybe I'm not going to put that label on it necessarily, but there's some higher stuff coming through here with this. And Venus also does rule like music and stuff like that. So maybe it is some kind of music. Or maybe some of us are going to get messages that are music to our ears. You know, maybe that's what we're trying to say. But I feel like, you know, even though there's some squares going on, I think this is one of the best charts that I've seen for really getting something accomplished. Because we can argue all day long, and we can protest all day long, and but if nothing's changing, then it's all not for naught. But it's just not. It can be. It feels stifled, you know. But this is like we can get it done, and we can get it done not really through brute force. Isn't really the message. Through Mercury and the mind, and through the intellect, and through speaking and communication, and action with the fire stuff too. But now I wanted to look at Mars. Is Mars just unaspected over here? Let's see what the aspectarian says. It's doing something to the sun. I don't really count those. And something to the moon. Yeah, I don't really count those. So yeah, Mars, well, I mean, I'm sure it's making an aspect to this 28-degree thing here, which would be 0 Sag. It'd be a sextiling. It's sextiling Saturn. I don't know why that's not noted. But sometimes when, you know, when something's unaspected, we can look at that. It's like as if it's, well, sometimes it could be overemphasized in a natal chart. It could either be overemphasized or just absent. And I like that Mars is in Aquarius now too, because Aquarius is again the Mars is in Aquarius, and Mars rules Aries, and it's in Uranus. It's the mutual reception we got going on here. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus rules Aquarius, Mars rules Aries. So we've got a mutual reception. But it's Mars being, again, in the mind. I mean, if anybody's in the mind, it's Aquarius. You know, that's the higher mind. That's wanting to do a new direction. It's invention. It's very much not the old. Even though its co-ruler is Saturn, I mean, I don't feel that at all. It's Uranus all the way. You know, it's definitely not being stuck in the mud and going back, being open to new ideas and new things. So somebody who, you know, the powers that be here in Capricorn, the old paradigm, male-dominated society, you know, maybe there will be some openings here. You know, it's this, where are we going to be taking action is where Mars shows us. Where will action be taken, or where is best to put our energy and our action? And it's talking about in Aquarius. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Yeah, so Aquarius is of the mind. Well, you know, in the flat wheel, it's also it's the 11th house, so it's friends and associates, it's groups and gatherings, things like that. People that you belong to, groups you belong to, money from the career, it can be that kind of stuff, 11th house stuff. But I'm feeling like in the big picture here of this chart that it's kind of saying that Mars isn't going to... I don't feel a lot of Mars energy. I don't feel a lot of violence and, you know, fiery Mars energy. There's fire energy happening for sure, but it's in harmony. It's in trines and it's in harmony. So that's kind of nice. Now what is happening here? We still have Saturn square Jupiter. Saturn's at a critical degree. So, and it's interesting, and this is, of course, only the East Coast chart, Eastern Time chart of the United States, but it is in the 12th house. How apropos. It's in the 12th house and it's at 28 degrees. So again, it is finishing up. It is, you know, that last little bit, that last little whatever we didn't get to over these last couple years with Saturn and Scorpio. Often deals, just for the general person out there, you know, sexuality is the first thing that comes to mind with me with Scorpio, you know. It's sexuality, it is, you know, this can be totally for people who have suffered from incest or child abuse, you know, sexual abuse. This could all be coming to a head or coming out or something like that. Or, you know, back to the law thing, you know, we got to get back to this, you know, making better laws to protect sexual predators, keep them away from kids and stuff like that. You know, I don't really follow pop culture. I try not to, but I mean, sometimes you just can't escape it. It's on, I turn on just to watch the local news, to watch the weather, and there it is, you know. And it's all over the internet. But this stuff about this Honey Boo Boo, and I have never ever watched this show. Never ever. I don't know, but I know more than I care to now about it, just because it's so out there. But everybody's shaming that mother and everything. Oh, she's the bad girl because she, you know, it is wrong, of course, to have this man back in her life. If you don't know what it's about, this man was convicted of molesting one of her older children, and then she's been seen with him again or something. She's dating him again, and they're all just wanting to jump all over her. And obviously she's gone through some stuff in her life, number one, because you model and repeat these behaviors. But number two, I think why this is so much out there in the zeitgeist, or being so public now, we're totally missing the point as a society. It's not about shaming that mother. What was how did Honey Boo Boo come to fame? She came to fame as a child beauty queen contestant. And how that is such a bad, I just feel like that goes hand in hand with pedophiles. And we dress up these little girls and try to sexualize them in these pageants. And I think that is the bigger, and then, you know, of course, the famous case of JonBenet Ramsey a while ago. That is the bigger issue that's the Scorpio, Saturn and Scorpio is trying to bring out. Not like, let's shame and kill this woman who's obviously got some problems of her own and needs a healing of her own. But I think why this has come to the forefront is for us to, as a society, to address these things. You know, you know, my kids, they never even saw a beauty contest, period. Even an adult one. Like when they were little girls, we didn't watch that stuff. You know, I didn't want to put that. I didn't, you know, I just felt like that's bad altogether for women and their self-esteem and, you know, everything. But not only that, but doing it to children. You know, that's what I feel we're totally missing the boat on this Honey Boo Boo thing. That's what we need to address. Why are we sexualizing these little girls as a society? And, oh, isn't that cute? And that, no, it's not cute. I don't think it's cute. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get on my soapbox too much, but I was just thinking about that because I'm hearing all this stuff about this, and they want to, it's shame that mother. Let's, you know, put that mother down and shame her. Obviously, she shouldn't be allowed to have the pedophile guy around her kids. I mean, we got to stop that in any case. But it's not. I think the bigger thing is the sexualizing of little girls at such a young age, and I think that has to do with this Scorpio stuff. That's one of the things. And of course there's all the other, there's genital mutilation that's still occurring in countries, you know, and all sorts of crazy things that go on. I mean, but where I'm here, I'm in America, and this is something that's just, we're bombarded with this Honey Boo Boo stuff, you know. And let's all jump on, let's all be haters. Let's all hate that mother. You know, well, let's not hate the mother. Let's help the mother. She needs some help. And let's address some of the things. How does these situations get created in the first place? Not only through child pageantry, but, you know, wounded people walking around that were molested and shamed about it and all that. That's all around the Scorpio, and it's not it's uncomfortable to talk about. It is, but that's what Saturn and Scorpio is trying to get to in a large part. All right, so I don't want to. I'll try to keep these a little bit more lighthearted. What else is going on here? We've got this stuff in Pisces here. I want to look at these. So we've got the Chiron, and that's squaring that's making a square. We've got a T-square with the new moon, or full moon. I keep wanting to call it a new moon. That's weird. Sometimes when I keep saying the wrong thing, especially like in a reading, if I say the wrong thing and it's really the right thing that I meant to say. So I keep saying new moon. So I feel like there is an element of a new beginning here. And this is just this finishing up this little bit here. But anyways, this Chiron is squaring. So a chance for healing. I mean, it's exact over here to the Mercury. So it is time to talk out about these deep wounds. And it might not have to do anything with sex or children being molested, but it might be your own deep wounds. And, or, you know, maybe you just had a parent who was cold and didn't love you or something. You know, that can be Saturn and Scorpio too, a little. Saturn can be cold. You know, so there's a lot of things. I was just addressing that because it's just, I can't stand seeing this anymore. I don't even want to pay attention to this crap, and I can't avoid it. But anyways, so, you know, these deep wound stuff can be, and this is more on a personal level. And Sun and Moon, the new and full moons are more personal level. These are the faster moving planets. So, yeah, so speak your truth. It may not fall on deaf ears, or it may not fall on, somebody may be finally willing to listen to you, or you be willing to listen to them. There's definitely some nice things about having some clear communications and in nice ways. And there's a thing here for beauty and truth to shine through with the Grand Trine of Fire. Okay, so I've rattled on enough here. I want to, before we go, of course, remember on my main channel here, there's these other channels, VV Creative Shorts, has my music and stuff. And then VV, what is this called? Learning Songs for Kids, or Vicky Verley, and it's got all the kids' songs, and it's got the holiday songs, the Christmas song, and everything down here, which I need to re-record. I mean, I know the recording of that is not the best, but it's on the list. It's on the list of things to do. And then, of course, you know, the Tapestry of Life mandala page, and the art that I do from the chart. And I'm also doing these. I forgot to get that page open before I started this. These are these... well, I can't blow it up for some reason, but it's this wire art made from your chart, and it's pretty cool. It's individualized art, signed and dated by me. Also, what I'm offering now in the readings, on that order page of the mandalas, I have everything there. I know I need to just do another site with my name and do everything, but for now everything is on the mandala, also on the list, you know, also on my list of work to do. But anyway, so I've added this 2015 year ahead, and so far people are really liking it. It's only going to be available till the end of this month, December, and it's a video reading just like you see me do, like the tarot cards, the tarot readings. So, and it's I'm kind of liking it too, and I may make it a permanent feature, not a year ahead, but just a video reading. We'll see how it goes, because I don't like the upload time and all that's involved, but it is kind of nice because I can kind of do it when I feel like I'm in the zone. You know, I don't have to adhere. Sometimes appointments, I mean, I can always pull it together for our appointment readings, and I always will. But sometimes, you know, you're not really that strong in the zone, or it's harder to get in the zone. So I can do these kind of when I'm in the zone and when I have time. I'm not being pressured by outside matters. And, you know, it's a little bit more relaxed kind of attitude. So I might continue with that. But for now, it's just for the year 2015 ahead. Now I've got these cool reports, including your astro year ahead. This is a big report. It's, I don't know, it's at least 15 pages. I think it's more in the 17, 18 page long thing for $22. It's the whole year ahead for 2015. It is a computer, you know, thing, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I run my own every year. I run it every year, and I refer back to it every year. And then, of course, down on the bottom here, make a donation. And I want to thank some of you have been having some nice donations coming in for Christmas, and that's awesome. But it doesn't have to be a large amount. It could be a small amount. $5, that's cool. Anything. It's all appreciated. But you can find that down at the bottom of the page, or just, I think it's on my Rock and Roll Prophetess page too, or if you go in the About section, you can, actually if you go in the About section, you can find everything. Tapestry of Life mandalas, order a reading, my Google Plus page. I don't pay much attention to that or much social media other than YouTube. Donate with PayPal, and then the book Tarot in the Modern World, which is a cool book if any of you are interested in tarot or know somebody who is. It's a cool book for to learn by, and look, they're selling it so cheap now. They're selling it for $9. So yeah, I mean, I had 11 just because it's in that master number, but yeah, they're selling it for like $9. So cool present for somebody who wants to learn tarot. Nice present. Also, those things would be a cool present for somebody. Well, the Tapestry of Life mandalas, I know they're kind of expensive, but they take a long time. But these planetary things, I'm so into these, this dimensional art. You can see some of my other videos for better pictures. I'm not going to waste your time on looking for it while we're on the air or whatever, while we're recording the video. Anyway, so I want to thank everybody again for donating. It makes doing these free readings worthwhile. watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. It's really spreading, and I'm getting by word of mouth. There's a lot of people are tuning into me, and I'm really grateful for everybody who does that. Remember that you are loving beauty incarnate. I'll speak to you soon, and have a happy holidays to everyone.